The vast Galactic Council chamber fell into an uneasy silence as Staff Sergeant Marcus Reed stepped forward. Beneath the glow of unfamiliar alien lights, his marine dress blues were flawless, every insignia polished to perfection. He stood alone, representing an entire species judged by dozens of alien civilizations. 47 different species observed him from their elevated seats, some curious, others openly contemptuous. Humanity had come far to reach this moment. For 2 long years, Earth's representatives had petitioned the Council for membership, only to be dismissed repeatedly as weak, divided, and technologically backward. To many in the chamber, humans were nothing more than loud, emotional mammals playing at interstellar politics. That sentiment was voiced openly by Commander Zir, a towering Krillian warrior whose species had conquered 12 star systems through sheer force. Standing nearly 8 feet tall, armored in a thick exoskeleton that could deflect plasma fire, Zir embodied everything the Council respected: power, dominance, and victory. His compound eyes locked onto Marcus with thinly veiled disgust as he questioned why the Council wasted time listening to such a primitive race. Ambassador Patricia Morrison, humanity's first official representative, remained composed. She calmly stated that Earth sought Council membership based on its growing technological achievements and willingness to cooperate. But her words were met with mocking clicks from Zir's mandibles. He ridiculed humanity's reliance on chemical weapons and outdated kinetic arms, calling humans children playing with sticks. Marcus remained at attention, jaw clenched but posture unbroken. He had been thoroughly briefed on the Krillians, an ancient warrior culture that ruled through fear and combat. Their physical strength far surpassed human limits, and their reputation on the battlefield was legendary. Then Zir proposed something far more dangerous than words. He suggested a demonstration. If humanity wanted to be taken seriously, their warrior should prove himself through combat. Let the Council see what kind of soldier the United States Marine Corps truly produced. Ambassador Morrison tried to object, but Marcus met her eyes and gave a subtle nod. He had volunteered for this mission, fully aware of what might be required. As Zir descended to the chamber floor, each step shaking the room, the other delegates leaned forward. Humanity's future now rested on a single human standing his ground against a living weapon. Commander Zir stood before Marcus Reed like a living monument to violence. On his world, disputes were settled through combat, not diplomacy. If humanity's warrior could not survive even a disciplinary strike, Zir argued, then humans had no place defending Council territory. Marcus stepped forward without hesitation, meeting the alien's many eyes directly. He formally introduced himself, Staff Sergeant Marcus Reed, 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines, and declared himself ready. Zir found the formality amusing, even childish. Without warning, the Krillian struck. Zir's massive arm moved with terrifying speed, the blow cracking against Marcus's face with a sound that echoed through the chamber. Gasps rippled through the delegates. The force would have killed most species instantly. Marcus's head snapped sideways, his feet sliding slightly across the polished floor, but he did not fall. Blood spilled from his split lip. Slowly, deliberately, Marcus turned his head back toward the Krillian commander. His expression was cold, focused, and unbroken. When he spoke, his voice was steady. "Is that all, sir?" For the first time, genuine surprise crossed Zir's alien features. That surprise instantly turned to rage. Insulted and humiliated, Zir raised his arm again, this time with lethal intent. He meant to end the human where he stood. Marcus moved. What followed took only 3 seconds. In the first second, Marcus intercepted the downward strike, redirecting its force with precise control. His training, earned through brutal combat on Earth's worst battlefields, took over completely. In the second, Marcus stepped inside the Krillian's guard, driving a crushing elbow into a vulnerable joint at the throat where the exoskeleton segmented. Zir's roar died into a choking gasp as his balance faltered. The third second ended everything. Using the alien's own momentum, Marcus pulled him forward and delivered a perfectly placed hammer strike at the junction of skull and spine, a universal weakness across countless species. The impact was catastrophic. The mighty Krillian commander collapsed, lifeless. Chaos erupted across the chamber. Delegates leapt from their seats, some reaching for weapons while others shouted in panic. Security forces moved instinctively, but Ambassador Morrison ordered them to stand down. Marcus remained in a combat stance, breathing heavily as blood dripped from his knuckles onto the pristine floor. Medical teams rushed in, but it was already over. Commander Zir, the feared conqueror of 12 systems, was dead. He had fallen to a human he had dismissed as insignificant. As the chamber slowly settled, an elder delegate named Cross descended from the upper gallery. His species was ancient, known for wisdom rather than strength, and his presence commanded silence. Cross addressed Marcus with calm curiosity. He noted the precision of the attack and questioned how a human could exploit the anatomy of a species he had never fought before. Marcus snapped back to attention despite his injuries and answered plainly. The Marine Corps taught him that every enemy has a weakness. Before arriving at the station, Marcus had studied the physiology of every council species. Krillian armor was formidable, but the cervical junction remained vulnerable to focused kinetic trauma. Cross turned to the chamber, delivering the lesson Zir never learned. Humanity's danger did not come from strength or advanced technology. Humans were weaker and less advanced than many species present. What made them dangerous was their refusal to stop learning, and their refusal to stop fighting. Ambassador Morrison clarified that Marcus had acted in self-defense. Cross agreed without hesitation. Zir had initiated lethal force. Marcus had simply finished the confrontation. Humanity, Cross explained, had survived extinction events, pandemics, internal wars, and self-inflicted disasters. They had weaponized knowledge itself. And now, one of their warriors had defeated a legendary alien commander using nothing but preparation and determination. The chamber fell silent once more. Elder Cross formally proposed that humanity's petition for council membership be approved immediately. Not because humans were strong, and not because they were advanced, but because they were survivors. Adaptable, relentless survivors. The vote was called. When the results appeared on the holographic display, the decision was clear. Humanity was accepted. As Zir's body was removed and the chamber slowly emptied, Cross approached Marcus one final time. He asked a simple question: had the sergeant been afraid? Marcus considered it carefully before answering honestly. He had been terrified. But his drill instructor had taught him that courage was not the absence of fear, it was doing the job anyway. Semper Fidelis, he said. Always faithful. Cross smiled. The galaxy, he said, was about to learn what the United States Marine Corps already knew. Humanity does not lose because humanity refuses to quit. Somewhere in the chamber, an alien delegate added a final note to their report: extreme caution advised when engaging human military personnel. They were far more dangerous than previously believed. Humanity's age among the stars had begun, not with speeches or diplomacy, but with 3 seconds of brutal, efficient resolve.